Good evening. It is a great honor for me to be here tonight celebrating the 20-year anniversary of the Scott Carter Foundation and the amazing milestone of $2 million raised for children's cancer research. As I look around the room tonight, I know that Scott's vision has become a reality, and that is why we are here tonight. In the summer of 1991, I had just finished my third grade year. And like most 9-year-olds, I looked forward to a summer filled with swimming, softball, and games of kick the can with my friends. But my life quickly made a detour as I was diagnosed with osteosarcoma in my right leg. This was an uncertain time for me, but I was blessed with a loving family, an amazing team of doctors and nurses, and a community that supported us in any way they could. But as a child with cancer, there's nothing like the camaraderie of another child who knows exactly what you are going through. My life was forever changed when I met a bald boy with big glasses and an infectious smile. This boy was Scott Carter, and he took me under his wing and showed me the way. Very few people knew firsthand exactly what I was going through, and Scott supported me and walked me through the journey in a way that nobody else could. He instantly became my mentor and has been ever since. We were both diagnosed with osteosarcoma of the femur bone. We faced over 13 months of chemotherapy and a radical but innovative surgery to remove our tumors and affected legs. Scott, however, had been diagnosed about 4 months prior to me. Because of this, he was always one step ahead of me in treatment. He told me the good, bad, and ugly parts about childhood cancer, and he offered me confidence that everything would be okay. He made me feel safe and understood. Scott had the biggest heart, and he lived selflessly. When Scott had his surgery, he unfortunately needed to have skin grafting done. He told me how this was one of the most painful parts of his surgery and recovery. So what did Scott do? He prayed for me. He prayed that I wouldn't need skin grafting when I had my surgery, and I didn't. I was in the hospital for a round of chemotherapy when Scott was being fitted for his first prosthesis after his surgery. It had been a long day and it was time to head home. But Scott insisted to his parents that he go to the hospital because I have to show Jill. She's going to need to see this. Scott was so good about thinking of others. During my treatment, my oncologist talked about an osteosarcoma tumor they had growing in the lab, and he anticipated that they would find a cure within the next 10 years. He hoped that children diagnosed with osteosarcoma would be given a vaccine and subsequently cured. How amazing would it be to live in a world where children didn't have to battle cancer, lose their lives or limbs, a world where kids can be kids. However, here we all are tonight, 20 years later, still searching for a cure. That tells me that we have work to do. And it's nights like tonight that make a cure possible and move us one step closer to our goal. That is why we are here tonight. I had a guest book when I was in the hospital, so my visitors could write me messages when they came to see me. Scott wrote me a message in my book, and his words have echoed in my head and heart for the past 20 years. He wrote, "It may hurt like heck, but you can do it if you believe in yourself and in God." Wow, he was ahead of his time. His words have served me well over the years during times of struggle and when I felt alone and weak. Scott was there to remind me that all I need is courage and faith. Scott is my greatest role model, and his lessons in my life have transcended childhood and taken me into adulthood. His life impacted everything about me, how I view the world, pray for others, and take challenges with confidence in God and myself. He taught me to live with purpose, to laugh often, and love completely. He was wise beyond his years, and I strive to be more like him each day. Scott knew his life calling as a child, and the rest of us may work a lifetime to find ours. Mentors in life are crucial because their lessons guide us to reach our fullest potential and enrich our lives. We all have mentors that we look up to, but it's important to recognize that you may be somebody's mentor too. Life is about these connections, and that is why we are here tonight. Scott had an uphill battle all the way, but he never gave up. He maintained bravery, compassion, and humor throughout his battle with cancer. In the final months of Scott's fight, he made beaded bracelets and necklaces for his friends and family. I still have the necklace that he made for me, and I have always treasured it. I think Scott's necklaces served as a way for him to leave something tangible behind for the people he loved. However, the legacy he left behind was far greater than even Scott could have dreamt. Thank you to Paula, Mike, Liz, and Kaysen for keeping Scott's vision alive and making his dream come true. My battle with cancer ended in July of 1992, just 13 months after it began, and I came out on the other side a stronger person. I am blessed to have my supportive parents and sister here tonight, as well as my wonderful husband, Eric. Eric and I are thankful to have two energetic sons that I consider to be second-generation cancer survivors, because if it wasn't for the research and treatment I received, they would not be here. Following treatment, people would ask my family, "How did you get through it?" And they answered, "Jill led us through it." Well, Scott led me through it. He showed me the way, and that is why I am here tonight. From the bottom of my heart, thank you to the Carter family for the opportunity to be included in this celebration of Scott's life and legacy. Thank you.